This is the HF-010 from Radioddity. It's the successor to the popular HF-009. Coming in at a price of $239, you get an antenna that covers 80 to 6 meters and breaks down into this convenient carrying case. So let's take a look at what you get before we get into the real data. Just like with the HF-009, you get a ground stake to mount it in the ground. The 010 also comes with this tripod that you can screw on. The tripod's great if you're going to operate in a parking lot or maybe on a rocky summit. I did wish that it was adjustable, but you're going to have a pretty flat plane to use it. And then the third way to mount it is if you get the optional adapter. You could screw it onto a mag mount like Radioddity offers. And then from that mag mount you can start screwing on your antenna. And then you have to decide, do you want to run 80 meters or 40 meters to 6 meters? If you're running 80 meters, you'll just attach this single coil. If not, you'll attach the adjustable one. One upgrade to the adjustable coil is they've now put numbers on the scale. Makes it much easier for setting it up. Another upgrade is the whip. It is now made from stainless steel material. You'll connect that on top of your coil. This kit also contains a tape measure so you could adjust the whip, really making it an all-in-one kit. Another improvement over the HF-09 is the coax cable now comes on a reel. When you unroll the cable all the way, it is zip tied to the reel. I'd suggest cutting that off. It would make it much easier rolling it up. The kit also has a BNC adapter and a bag that you can fill with water or sand to put on the tripod for stability. Another upgrade is that they put the radials on these reels. Makes it handy. You'll also notice when you unroll it, at about every meter there's a white dot. And if you refer to the manual, it'll tell you how far to unwind your ground coil for the band you're working. So you get all these upgrades and the ability to run 80 meters for just an additional $40 over the HF-009. I think that's a pretty good value. But let's look at the data and see how the antenna performs. So if you haven't seen my video on how I test antennas, you might want to go watch it. But basically, I use Whisper in an application I wrote to switch antennas after each transmit cycle to give a proper A/B test. I use an in-fed half wave as a baseline. So let's start by looking at the 20 meter band. So let's dive into the data. Starting with 20 meters, we can see the HF-010 and the in-fed both reached Australia, with the HF-010 winning distance by 100 kilometers. But the strongest signal was the in-fed. Now if we look at just the 173 stations that receive both antennas, we can see the HF-010 beats the in-fed 7-3 by signal strength. But the in-fed has a clean sweep by distance. And now we'll look at the results on 40 meters. First we can see both antennas made it all the way to Australia again. But the in-fed beats the 010 by 2,000 kilometers in distance. The in-fed also has the strongest signal report. Now if we look at just the 99 stations that receive both antennas, the in-fed dominates on signal strength. If we look at the top 10 stations by distance, we can see the HF-010 starts to catch up with 3 out of 10. A new section I added to the report is how many DX stations did one antenna miss that the other didn't. First we'll look at what stations the in-fed missed, but the HF-010 reached. We could see the in-fed did not get these two. Now we'll look at what DX the in-fed did get that the HF-010 missed, and we see a staggering 19 stations. So what it lacks in performance over the in-fed half wave, I believe it more than makes up for in its versatility to deploy, making it fast and simple with everything you need in one case to get on the air. So what's your thoughts on this antenna? Is it a good improvement over the HF-009? And is it worth $40 more? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.